Hello everyone, this is John from Detroit Gaming. Today, I'm going to be showing you my Sega CD collection, so sit tight and enjoy. Okay, so the first thing I want to show you is the system itself. I have a Model 2 Sega CD hooked up to a Model 1 Genesis and the 32X. Some people call this the Franken CD. I just think it looks ugly cool, so that's the way I like to keep it. It's probably the easiest, the smallest solution anyways. And actually back in the day it was advertised as a CD player and a portable game system. You go to your friend's house and just plug it in and play it at your friends. But that's the Sega CDX right here. It's pretty cool. It's small, portable, like a CD player was back in the day, or Walkman, you may say. But a lot of these were broken because kids dropped shit, and a lot of them didn't survive. So these are starting to get up there in price. But they're really cool, really small, compact, and I'm glad to have that in my collection. So now, we're going to take a look at the games I have for the Sega CD. The first game I have is a 32X and Sega CD game. There's a couple of these. This is Night Trap. Night Trap was released back in the day and it got a lot of heat for being vulgar and gruesome, that, you know, kids shouldn't be playing this game. There's even Senate hearings about it. It was a lot of controversy. This game pretty much made the rating system on games, was the cause of it. And you go back and you play this game and there is nothing that gruesome about it. There's not really anything sexual either, or any of what the senators were trying to portray to make this game sound bad. But because it was such a controversial game back in the day, they sold a lot more copies of this game because of that. And replaying it today, it's just funny. The augers limping around, it's just funny. It's not scary or anything. It's a funny game. This next game, possibly my favorite on the system, is really good. I did a video about it a while back, the Terminator. It's just a run and gun platformer. You have to rescue Sarah Connor. It has F&V cutscenes that come from the movie, which is pretty awesome. And it's done really well. And a soundtrack by Tommy Tallarico. So really fun, good game. Check out that video if you want to learn more about it. But I love this game. I've almost beat it. It's a little hard. It's pretty hard. If you're into tactical strategy games, you have to have this in your collection. Unfortunately, it is a little up there in price. Shining Force CD. It is part of the Shining Force series of tactical strategy games, and it gives you another story to that series. Fun, awesome. If you like Fire Emblem or any games like that, you'll love this game. You can spend hours and hours with this game. It's awesome. Shining Force CD is amazing. I highly recommend Shining Force CD in your gaming collection. Okay, here's another strategy tactics game. This is Dark Wizard. Really good. It's not as cinematic as Shining Force. Shining Force is definitely the better of the two games, but this game is very deep when it comes to the strategy and tactics, and it's not easy. It's not going to hold your hand and just let you win the battles. You have to think and you have to use your tactics to win. It can be challenging, but very rewarding when you are able to complete a campaign. I had a Sega CD as a kid, but I only had 3 games for it. This was one of them, NBA Jam. I spent countless hours playing NBA Jam, unlocking all the different bobbleheads. I think you could even play as like Bill Clinton back in the day and things like that. This game holds up really well today. It is still a fun, addictive, arcade-style basketball game. Love it. Here's a game that I got recently in Las Vegas while I was hanging out with Saramara. That is Vey. It is a Working Designs RPG. I haven't got very far into it, only a few hours, but Working Designs back in the day did an amazing job on RPGs. I learned about them from the Lunar series, and I saw this and I had to get it, and it has not let me down yet. Very fun, very addictive RPG with turn-based battles. A must-have in anyone's collection. Speaking about Working Designs games, here's a wonderful game, Lunar Silver Star. I don't know what to say about this game that hasn't been said. It's awesome. It's one of my favorite RPG series, the Lunar series. I have it on PlayStation. I have it on Game Boy Advance. I have it on pretty much every system you can get. This is the Silver Star. I'm still looking for Eternal Blue at a decent price. But like I said earlier, you can't go wrong with a Working Designs RPG. This game is amazing. If you have a Sega CD, it's in your best interest to have a RAM card. A little extra memory, you can save more games than the internal system's memory will allow. Here's the last game I have complete in box. The rest of them are disc only. But you can't have a Sega CD collection without Sonic CD. Sonic CD really upped its game with new sounds, CD quality sound, awesome new levels. Probably one of the better Sonic games out there. I would rank this second behind Sonic 2, but Sonic 2 will always be number one just because of nostalgia. Now we're getting into the games that I have loose, but I made DVD cases for them and covers. First one here, Mickey Mania. Fun, awesome platformer. It's a little bit difficult. It can be tricky at times, but that's the deal with the old platformers. They weren't easy. Awesome game. The sounds are so good. It's just amazing, like what a difference sound quality makes to a game going from the Genesis to the Sega CD. Really happy to have Mickey Mania in my collection. Here's another game I had as a kid, Lethal Enforcers for the Sega CD. I had the Justifier gun and everything back in the day. I don't have that anymore. I need to get I want to get the big box complete set of Lethal Enforcers. I played this game so many hours as a kid, over and over, and I went back to play it with the controller. It's a lot different with the controller than the gun. But I remember beating this game. I would just play it and beat it, and then I'd step it up in difficulty and beat it. I must have beat this game dozens of times. It was one of my favorite games on the Sega CD. Probably my favorite game as a kid on the Sega CD. And it's still really good. And I mean, just check out the awesome, it looked so realistic back then. Nowadays, you know, we're spoiled with good graphics and modern gen consoles, but back then this was like top tier, amazing to me. If you're gonna have one game in your collection, this is a good one to have. Sega Classics Arcade Collection. It's 6 games of some classic Genesis. Streets of Rage, awesome game. Great beat 'em up. Revenge of Shinobi. I know someone that really loves that game. Media Glitch, that's his favorite game ever. Columns, Golden Axe, and Super Monaco GP. Super Monaco GP. Me and my dad used to play that when I was a kid, and I love it. Some really good memories playing that game with my dad that I'll never forget. Okay, here we have a game my friend back in the day was really into it on the Genesis, and that is Echo the Dolphin. I'm not a fan of this game. I mean, it looks cool being underwater and being a dolphin and everything that goes along with being a dolphin, but that's just not enough for me. I don't know. I just could never get in this game. I couldn't get into it back in the day. I tried again as an adult, and I don't know. I guess it's just not for me. Here's the third game I had as a kid, and that was Sewer Shark, and it came with my Sega CD back in the day when I bought it. I thought this game was absolutely amazing. The FMV cutscenes just drew me in. I was like, man, these are awesome. And now it's funny watching them today. They're quite hilarious. You'll see right here.
Dog meat. All right, climb aboard, dog meat.
Funny stuff with those FMVs. I thought that was so cool back in the day. And This game, it took me forever to figure out they were telling you what direction to go. As a kid, I was like, what? And I kept dying. I was like, I don't get it. But now I understand, and I still can't beat this stupid game. But I loved it as a kid, and I'll always have this because I have some great memories trying to get good at it. Okay, here's the last game I have in my collection loose. Dungeon Explorer. This game was also released on the PC Engine. It's basically just a dungeon crawler, sort of like Gauntlet, where you run around, kill all the skeletons and enemies and knights or whatever it may be, grab the treasure, come back, buy your upgraded items, your upgraded swords and shields and armor and everything. Really fun game. I like these styles of games, from retro to nowadays. Fortunately, with the Sega CD, you can play burn copies of games. I have a couple. I'm just going to show you one because I'll probably never own this game because it's insanely expensive. And some games on the Sega CD are stupid expensive, like Snatcher. And this one's getting up there now. Popful Mail. I love this game. It is old school hard. The boss battles are not very forgiving. You have to learn the pattern and learn it well before you're able to beat them. Or just die and try again. Die and try again. Made by Working Designs, great publisher back in the day. Maybe one day I'll find this at a yard sale or cheap at a pawn shop, but I'm not gonna hold my breath. So thank you everyone for watching the video. In the comments, let me know some of your top Sega CD games that I should add to my collection. And until next time, I'll see ya.